Do you know that there is not an Oscar for stunt performers?
This is insane, man.
Wow. Ryan Gosling did have 4 stunt doubles. However, he did still do some of his stunts. No. This one he did do.
Yeah.
Ignore Ryan.
Exactly, ignore Ryan.
Ignore you.
Yes.
In the film, you see him put sunglasses on. He was so scared. He literally covered his face so that you couldn't see the fear on his face before he
Still
did
fell
this fall.
backwards, so it was okay.
No, that's intense. Like falling backwards.
Maybe
is
it's the
intense.
feeling, yeah.
Best stunt you've ever seen in a film. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight.
Chris Nolan kept challenging everybody to come up with ideas of how it would be without use of CG.
With Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, directed by David Leitch. If you don't know who that is, this is the man that was Brad Pitt's stunt double in Fight Club.
And he's directing. Next week there's riots in like Hollywood, another strike.
Another strike.
We're watching the movie show and they're like, wait, that guy's got a point. Ryan's got a point there.
This is one of the greatest moments of my life. Crew members in the shots, because obviously like they didn't have to hide the crew.
Brilliant. Does their paycheck change if they do that? What do you think?
I don't think
because
so.
technically they then become an actor.
Just not today. What is up?
How are you doing?
This is the movie show
On
on Active TV. I'm Sash,
my name's Ryan.
and we are doing a very cool movie today.
We've been talking about this film as well. Well,
Yes.
we spoke about it once upon a twice,
Once upon a twice.
and then now
now we're talking about it again.
I actually forgot about it. So she was like, Ryan, it's that movie. And I was like, what movie? It's
Not
that one.
no, don't
And I
lie,
was like-
Ryan. I was like, Ryan, the movie, and then Ryan like blue ticked me. And then when I saw Ryan face to face, I was like, Ryan.
I was thinking about it.
No, you didn't realize what
sitting
movie
there.
it was actually.
I was like, full.
Yes, and then I explained to him, and he was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Oh, right. You see, so
Yes. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. So we're doing Fall Guy, the Fall Guy.
Yeah.
The Fall Guy.
I was going to say.
Yes. With Ryan Gosling, Emily Blunt, directed by David Leitch. If you don't know who that is, this is the man that was Brad Pitt's stunt double in Fight Club. This is the man that directed Bullet Train. And this is the man that directed this film.
And he's directing.
Yeah.
In fact, he's been directing.
So basically, he's a stunt performer that has turned into I don't know if he still does stunts.
Guys, understand, when a stunt when someone who does stunt doubling, probably for centuries, right? Decades, shall I say? And
For
he makes
centuries.
and he makes a movie.
Yeah,
Imagine
no.
what the movie must be
Yeah.
like. And if
Yeah.
you've watched Bullet Train, you know already that this guy has a trait.
Yes.
A trait of action-packed,
Yeah.
crazy stuff. And of course, what does he do? He gets his friends together as well. And he says, guys, come, let's go make a crazy movie.
Let's go make a crazy movie together.
Yeah.
I actually like this. I saw this description of the film and I thought it was very cool. So they say David Leitch, a former stuntman himself, said that he made The Fall Guy as a love letter to the stunt community, giving them the recognition they deserve. Many filmmakers, including Leitch, have been pushing for years. Okay, so now this is crazy, right? So in the Oscars, we've done this before if you've watched the movie show, so you can go find that show. We went through the different Oscars that you can win. So you can win for best performer, you can win for best costume designer, etc., etc. Do you know that there is not an Oscar for stunt performers? There is legit not an Oscar. And it's a very, and I actually agree with them. Like, I would petition for this Oscar to be added because, like, as much as you design the clothing and, you know, the sets, I mean, the stunts are very hectic and very pivotal and dangerous and, like, important parts of a film. So the fact that they don't have an Oscar for it is insane.
It's a very skill-filled.
Yes. And the worst part about it is like it's the stunt performer that does the stunt doesn't even get the credit for it at the end of the day because they're just the stunt double, which means that they're there as, you know, they're there to protect Brad Pitt, you know, because we can't afford for Brad Pitt to die, you know. So let's put David Leitch there because, no, okay, that's not, but they really don't get the credits at the end of the day.
I can just imagine like a stuntman's like child, like, Daddy, I didn't see you there. I was there. Just go to, that's me.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then there's actors out there that are claiming, oh yeah, I did my own stunts and they actually brought that through in the film, how actors claim or some actors would claim to have done their own stunts when like maybe they were there for 2 seconds. And I actually saw an interview, I thought this was quite funny. Ryan Gosling was like, I was prepared to say I did not do any of my stunts in this film. Like he was like he was not prepared, but then he obviously did have to do a few.
How many actors actually say, I'd just like to thank my stunt
double, right? Do you know that he had 4 stunt doubles?
Can you
4
believe
whole
it?
stunt doubles. Then technically he was playing a stunt double, and then there was the actor that all the stunt doubles were acting as. That actor was in Bullet Train. I don't know if you recognized him. The actor that they were all being the stunt double for, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yes.
And he was Tom Ryder in the film. He was
it's David's buddies.
Yeah.
All of them, come guys.
So it's quite funny because I saw a video on, it's actually this video that's playing behind us, but the thumbnail to this video has so there were 4 stunt doubles, and then there was Ryan, and then there was Aaron. So it's 6 of them, but they're all in the same costume because obviously, like, first of all, Ryan and Aaron are playing and
and
then
their hair and everything's placed.
So literally, it's so funny because it just looks like 4, 5, 6 people that just look.
So if they wanted to really, really mess around, you'd be like, Ben, come here, and then like Aaron comes.
Come,
Troy, and then
to explain why there were 4 different. So Ryan obviously was playing Cole Ryder.
Yep.
No, Cole, whatever his name was.
I was.
Who was a stunt double.
That was me.
Yes, right. Definitely you.
That's
And then there were 4 stunt doubles, right? So the first one is Logan. He did all of the driving stunts. So like the car rolls, that was him. In fact, he's a He's there we go. He's an race car driver. Former. Thank you, Ryan. And now he has gone into stunts. So he did all of like the car stunts. So if like there was and apparently they actually set a world record for, that
9
car
rolls, I
on
think.
the
8 rolls.
beach. I think it was 8
9
rolls.
rolls.
8 with 8.5 car roll. That's so funny. 8.5. That means one didn't like, okay guys, that'll work. Let's
the car landed on its roof, so
hectic.
Makes sense.
So,
yeah. And previously before it was 7 rolls.
Yes. So this one broke the Guinness World Record of the most extra car rolls. Fact which Gail actually mentions in the dialogue.
It's crazy because often you think, what? Only 8 rolls? Only 8?
No, it's crazy.
And usually you think like a car rolls a lot more, right?
I thought it did.
I don't know about you. I thought it was like 20 rolls down a hill. In fact, the 7 rolls.
Wait. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is this the amount of times the car rolled or the amount of times they did the car roll? Because I thought it was the amount of times they did the car roll.
Wait, I'm trying to understand.
So you're saying it rolled 8 times.
Yes.
Your one actually makes more. So you're saying the car went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One full
Mine's
roll.
saying, all right, guys, take 1. All right, guys, take 2.
Yes.
All right, guys, take. But I think you're right.
I also see your point now. I'm like,
this is a good question.
oh damn, let's Google. No, it's right because
with 8 car rolls,
yes.
the car rolls.
When
8
he was
times.
talking about it, there was even a way that in music terms you say if you break a note up into 16ths, it's 1E and 2E. They've got the same kind of, I can't remember
like lingo.
what the wording,
the lingo
for the rolls.
Okay, so that's why it was 8.5. No, that makes sense.
He still said it stopped on, and then he still made it. I was just like, wow.
That's crazy.
That is cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo. So that was the first stunt double, Logan. Second stunt double's name was Justin. He did all of the martial arts. So like any of the fight scenes, all of that, like he was, and like Ryan Gosling still said he was like a beast. He was insane. Then there's Ben. So Ben did anything that was crazy. Ben was there. So if he was on fire, it was Ben. If he was being hit by a car, it was Ben. If he was flying out the window of the car, it was like Ben. Ben's just insane. And then the last one is Troy. So Troy, at the end of the film, there's a 150 feet fall, like from a helicopter. That was Troy.
Yeah.
That was legit Troy. You'll see him when you see a guy falling dramatically from the sky.
Just know.
That's Troy. And Troy's dad was also a stunt double, apparently. So it's kind of like in the family. Yeah, he was like, this is one of the greatest moments of my life. Yeah, so. But having said that, so Ryan Gosling did have 4 stunt doubles. However, he did still do some of his stunts. So at the beginning of the film, which kind of gives the film its title.
I'm sure you didn't do any of them.
No. This one he did do.
Yeah.
No, I promise,
sure.
Ryan.
Okay.
Ignore Ryan, people.
Sure thing,
Ryan.
Exactly.
So, not Ryan.
Exactly, ignore Ryan.
Ignore you.
Yes, you said it all.
So Ryan Gosling, okay, and the reason I believe, so Ryan Gosling actually has a fear of heights. He actually does have a fear of heights.
Exactly.
And he didn't want to do this. In the beginning of the movie, there's a fall that like sets the trajectory of the film like off. But he didn't want to do this fall. He was actually scared of it. So in the film, you see him put sunglasses on. And the reason he actually put sunglasses on was because he was so scared that like he literally covered his face so that you couldn't see the fear on his face before he did
still
this
fell backwards, so it was okay.
Like, no, that's intense. Like falling backwards.
Maybe
is
it's the feeling, yeah. So in other words, it makes it worse.
Yeah, and he has a fear of heights. So like already, if you don't have a fear of heights, that's like pretty intense. He has a fear of heights, and apparently it's the thing of, can you overcome a fear of heights? He says he still has a fear of heights. So, but like they build it up. So he said like you don't start there. Like first they'll go to a parking lot and he said also like the team around you is really, really incredible. But even the stunt guys say like this isn't easy because like a wire could like break or snap.
They've probably heard stories. They've probably heard stories.
It's very, very, very dangerous.
You know, we think that when you watch a film and an actor is just doing like a scene like that, like falling backwards, you think that they're just cool with it. Like they think, no, it's fine, we've got professionals. There was a series that I was watching as well with Chris Hemsworth, where he was overcoming his different fears. And one of them was also heights as well.
And I mean, how like actors do a lot of wire work, and they're hanging in the air.
I'm sure they've heard, or they've like sat around dinner tables, and it's like, hey, yo, some famous actor, and like, yeah, man, last week my wire broke, and I like nearly died. Sorry, I couldn't come to that, whatever. And you're like,
damn.
And then they hear that, and then that plays in the back of their mind while they're falling backwards.
Yeah, no shame. So I really think that they need to add stunts to the Oscars. Like they legit should be and not necessarily
either that or they need to bump them up on the credits at the end.
No, they need to give them an Oscar, Ryan. They need to give them an Oscar. Like this is they need an award for, like, why on earth would you give anyone? Why would the composer? Why are we giving? And I agree that the composer should be getting an Oscar. Why aren't we giving the stunt dude?
I can think of a couple categories already, right? Most technical stunt performance, most dangerous stunt performance. Most less wired stunt.
But even if they just give it one, like a stunt Oscar, like that's cool. Plus though, the crazy thing is Tom Cruise hasn't won an Oscar. So like they were saying,
he's broken his legs.
Should Tom Cruise win the Oscar? And like I know, like for example, I think it was Emily Blunt was like, but he technically has a lot of accolades, so he could go for the other categories, because I mean he's acted, he's supporting acted, I'm sure he's produced. Yeah, he has produced. So like, but I feel like he still does deserve an Oscar. Like the fact that Tom Cruise doesn't have an Oscar is like insane. It makes you question the Oscars, you know?
Best self-stuntman actor.
What is the best stunt you've ever seen in a film?
All of them.
Honestly,
I don't know, they're all crazy.
A film that comes to mind for me is Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. I just remember watching that movie and I was just like, this thing is insane. Like that truck that blew over
that
and
flipped. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was
the truck
insane.
That flipped.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
So apparently this movie has been in development since 2010. Now these are the actors. I'm glad they went for Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling did a very good job.
Great guy.
Really, really did a good job.
Great guy.
But the other actors that were possibly going to be the Cole, so the main actor in this is number one. Guess who? Actually, guess, Ryan.
Ryan.
No. No. Like any actor?
No.
Tom Cruise, number one. Number two. Anyone?
Right. Oh, from there I lost.
Come on, Ryan.
I actually remember the whole Tom Cruise thing.
Okay, second, Keanu Reeves. Third,
really?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. But he could have with the John Wick series.
I would have never guessed.
But yeah, although he could have pulled it off, because remember he played that funny character in Toy Story. The later Toy Stories, that motorbike driver.
Oh yeah.
Toy, yeah.
That stunt driver.
So he could have, yeah. Then Nicolas Cage. At one point, you don't actually see Nicolas Cage around much anymore. No. Then Jason Statham.
Right.
He could have done it, sure.
Yeah.
And then the last one I just completely disagree with. Like, there's no way in hell this should not have happened. We shall not even mention his name.
Okay, yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
So next.
So those are the people. But I thought Ryan Gosling did a very, very, very good job. And I also thought Emily Blunt did a very good job. I thought it wasn't her usual. Yeah.
You think not? I was
like, think of her in A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
And then think of her. Have you watched The Devil Wears Prada? This was like an old film, but think of her. Yeah. So, and then the other thing that was actually quite cool is because so I love these type of movies. This was a movie that like shows you the film industry. So like Quentin Tarantino can do this a lot. Like he did it with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and stuff like that. And even with that, what was his film called with the stunt driver? That weird movie. Yeah. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Yeah. The way the girls in that film were also stunt performers.
The dude with the face,
Yes. Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah. Kurt Russell.
But I like, so what these films do is they show you the film industry. So at one point, it's a very, very funny scene. Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling are kind of unpacking their relationship, but they're doing it on set, and she's like directing him, but like it's all got the underlying tones of their relationship, what went wrong, what he didn't do right, how she felt, all of that, and they're doing it on set,
and all the other guys around. The whole production team's
everyone's just listening. But then what was funny about that was
still a part where they're looking on the script. They're like,
where is this? But there were actual crew members in the shots, because obviously they didn't have to hide the crew.
Brilliant.
Because the crew, they were shooting the crew, so a lot of even the set design and stuff, it wasn't necessarily set design. It wasn't a set design who went, oh, can we get a monitor over here? That was actually the monitor type of thing. And they were Emily Blunt was pointing out a couple of actors, but there were a couple of people she was like, no, this is an actual crew member, sorry. That dude was actually there that day, not to be on camera, but to be doing something behind the scenes. But I thought that was also...
Does their paycheck change if they do that? What do you think?
I don't think so.
Because technically, they then become an actor.
Yeah, but you know how when you're on a film set, Ryan, the amount of things you end up doing that's not necessarily your job description. Do you understand what I'm saying?
He has to act now.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But are you really going to go and fight with your production company?
It's the line. If I wasn't getting paid enough, yeah, sure. That's another subject for another day.
Yeah, that is another subject for another day.
So,
yeah. But the other thing that I thought was so crazy was the sequences.
Next week there's riots in Hollywood. Another strike.
Another strike.
We're watching the movie show and they're like, wait, that guy's got a point. Ryan's got a point there. Guys, hey, Jim.
Wow. Yeah. So the fight scene that took place in the truck.
Yeah.
That was insane.
That was crazy. Looked like fun though.
Oh, it looked like so much fun. And even the shots. I remember, you know how we watched the Kingsman?
I think that must be hectic though.
Lord, the Kingsman,
physically.
With the fight sequences in the Kingsman were so good, but I think there was an element of visual effects to them. Whereas with this one, I think this was a lot more practical, and it was just the fights. I think that's what you get when you have a stunt man directing a film. That's
what I was saying.
It's like when you have a visual effects artist
you're gonna
directing
take it to a whole
film.
other level.
Yeah. This was a very good film.
You're going to do some unnecessary stuff, but you're going to do it just because it's cool.
Yeah. And the storyline was pretty basic, but it was still clever. I liked the twist that they brought in, but it didn't necessarily need to be the greatest storyline, because it was so supported with the stunts. The stunts really was a love letter to the stunt community. I really agree with that description of this film. David Leitch did a very, very, very good job. He really, it was crazy. Yeah, no, it was very good film.
Hope you guys have watched it.
If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Go watch it.
Definitely go watch it.
And as you see the different sequences of stunts, you can be like, oh, that's Troy. Oh, there's Ben. Ben's my favorite. Who's your favorite?
Ryan.
Right.
Yeah. And then the funny part was Jason Momoa showed up at the end, which was very funny. Yeah. But you know what I also liked? I liked how, obviously they're on a film set filming a movie. So they would be like, and action. And then what they did was they would show you what they were filming, but they would show you the behind the scenes, but then they'd also show you the cut version of the scene, which I thought was very clever. And the way they juxtaposed the two, switching and going okay, this is us filming on set. And that was very cool. But also, Ryan, the cinematography, the shots and the set design and the color color at times, and when they did that split screen thing, this film was so
very cleverly done.
It was so clever. It wasn't, for me, it's not just a love letter to the stunt community. I think if you're in the film industry in general,
I kind of got this is the experience of a stunt double.
Well, this is like, even like if you were anyone on set, you would appreciate this film.
Like, yeah, if David was going to tell you what's it like in the day of him doing a movie, be like, and check, you see when we do this, but then in actual fact, what you're going to see is this, but this is what's happening, and then see how cool, check, hey, cool.
And that the comedic element that they brought in was really, really cool. And the other thing I enjoyed was they often would talk to each other using film line references, which is very, very accurate. Because like, I know even for me and you, we'll oftentimes refer to like lines in movies where, and like it just becomes a thing. So it makes sense that in the film industry, they're out here using movie lines.
It's like a whole different language.
Yeah.
That everybody understands.
Like, the one we often do is, it worked, Marty. It worked. Yeah. So actually do this. Comment down below the film line reference that is your like go-to reference. Like, what is the go-to like line from a film that you use in everyday life? Like, is it "I am your father"? Is it? Give me another one, right? Just not today. That's a good one.
Yeah, it works.
That's a good one.
It works.
Yeah. Oh, Houston, we have a problem. That one doesn't really work because we don't live in
No.
Yeah.
No, it kind of does. How would you? Oh, flip, Houston, we have a problem. You see?
Yeah, no. Comment down below, people. Comment down below. Yeah. But this has been the movie show
on
Active TV.
Active TV.
And we will be back next week.
See you guys.
Peace.
Cheers.
The end.